Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So can you believe this? Trillions of dollars could flow into the altcoin market as crypto flashes a gorgeous chart. This coming from macro guru Raoul Pal, courtesy of Michael Branch here on Twitter. Now, Raoul Pal is saying this. He believes that a deluge of capital will likely flow into crypto as the altcoin market gears up for a potential breakout, guys. He's keeping a close watch on the Total 3 chart. So that is, for those of you guys who do not know, Total 3, let me just bring it up here. It is the total crypto market, but it excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so, taking a look at this chart, we can see, even just taking a quick glance at it, you can see this double bottom, okay, tapped right back in to this level of support. And so this looks like it is ready to rock. Pal says the Total 3 chart looks bullish as it trades close to the apex of a falling wedge structure, and a breakout could send the total market capitalization of altcoins above $4 trillion. So he has stated here, gorgeous chart alert. I keep staring at this chart. It is one of the most bullish and perfect charts I have seen, and the measured objective is well over $4 trillion. So we can see right now over here, punch in over here, 334.39 billion. And he is saying we can go upward in and around here. So this would be the market cap, again, minus Bitcoin, minus Ethereum. So if you take those two biggest cryptocurrencies out of the space, we can in fact get the market cap of the rest of the altcoins back up here, similar levels to what we saw back in mid-April. So to put things into perspective here, guys, this is XRP, and mid-April was in and around here when XRP breached 55 cents. In and around here, we did see that high of roughly 58 cents. We also saw XRP get up this high back in October of 2022. So, I mean, it's nothing too extraordinary. However, it would be a start. The XRP chart also looking very, very nicely. This Nike swoosh pattern here continues to play out, so nothing has deviated on this chart. I just wanted to go back to what Raoul Pal was talking about, though. The Total 3 chart is trading in and around 332.6 billion, as I mentioned. A move to 4 trillion suggests an upside potential of more than 1,100%. As for the market cap of alt crypto assets, Pal thinks that it could surge to $10 trillion. So, even just going back to this chart here, let's bring up the total market cap. A $10 trillion market would bring us way above where we saw, cryptocurrency last time. Let's see where that could take us, guys. All the way up to $10 trillion for the entire market cap. That would be an entire market cap rally of about 766%. Let's see what that looks like here. If I were to just throw a Fibonacci on here, that is almost getting up to the top in between the 3.618 and the 4.236. So that, guys, is the ultimate goal. Let's just take a look at some other cryptocurrencies right now, like Bitcoin, the king crypto here. Bitcoin really hasn't moved too much over the last day or so. We're still hanging out in and around that $30,000 mark, just hanging on right there. And as I mentioned, XRP looking very, very poised for a huge breakout. Now, this is going to depend on a lot of things, I think, guys. Here's another one from Michael Branch. Eggrag Crypto is expecting a breakout for XRP, specifically anytime between July and December. So giving us a 6-month window, and the window is starting right now, guys. Today is July the 2nd. And so basically what he is suggesting here, and I'm going to demonstrate it on this chart to give you guys a sense of where I think he's going with this. Okay, XRP could be gearing up for a potential breakout July through December with a potential rally that could skyrocket the asset 3,100% to a price of $15. Now, I got about $7 from some very, very casual calculations, nothing terribly technical. Nevertheless, here's what he says. Okay, renowned analysis and chartist Eggrag recently provided an update on the projected time frame for an XRP breakout. In his latest analysis, Eggrag Crypto suggests a potential breakout between July and December. He talks about this bent fork scenario here, so let me bring up this tweet to show you guys. For a detailed explanation, please check my previous post on June the 14th, 2023. XRP's micro behavior within the bent fork is revealing compelling data indicating a potential breakout on either the 24th of July 2023 or the 25th of September 2023. Now, that's a pretty ballsy prediction, putting a date on that. As you know, timing the breakout has been a challenging task filled with uncertainties since I started posting on Twitter. My window target is set between July and December. I think that is a more reasonable time frame, give a basic window of about 6 months with a narrower focus on September to November. The XRP army, stay tuned. I will remain here, relying on God's will and my skills unwavering like a rock. So he's given us some indications here. Taking a look at this bent fork work scenario. And guys, I will leave this in the description of the video if you are interested in this. What I noticed from the chart is this, all right? I've talked about the Nike swoosh pattern. We've seen these Nike swoosh patterns break out on the chart before. Okay, here was another one back in 2020. And let me just draw that here. I want to make note, a very important note here, that this, guys, was a black swan event. So had this, had the bear flu not happen, had markets not shut down around the world, we would not have seen this. And although XRP could have retraced a little bit, I think it would have picked up from here and continued to rally higher than where we saw it go back in 2021. But that's besides the point. Let me bring up the other Nike swoosh pattern here that I've seen on the chart previously, is this one here, before a huge breakout to the upside, bringing XRP to all-time high back in January of 2018. Okay, so taking a look at these Nike swoosh patterns on the chart, what can we glean from this? Well, first of all, let's take a look at timing. And when you take it from the bottom here and you bring it all the way to here, we got about 156 days, give or take. Okay, that's the first one. Let's take a look at this one here. From here to, let's say, the beginning of the rally, we got about 254 days, so about 100 days longer than this one over here. And so what do we have, guys, in 2023? Let's bring it over here. And in 2023, we've got the Nike swoosh pattern, and now we're over here, and now we're at about 380 days, so about 30 days longer. If you add 100 days to each Nike swoosh pattern trend, we've got 150, 250, 380, which would bring us about 30 days, give or take, more. So it's taken this trend a little bit longer, which I think means we are very, very close to liftoff at this point, because, after we've seen these Nike swoosh patterns form on the chart in the past, we've essentially seen a rocket ship move for XRP. Now, we're also waiting for the SEC Ripple lawsuit to come out, and I think that that will definitely play a role in this Nike swoosh pattern playing out. Let's just take a look now at, some price appreciation. So we saw this trend go up to about, about 670%, 700%, give or take. Essentially bringing us up to this localized high from 2021. Again, the beer flu definitely played a role in stifling XRP's activity here. So let's take a look back in 2017, 2018, because this was an unencumbered rally after a Nike swoosh pattern. And what did we see here, guys? We saw a rally of roughly, let's say, about 1,400%, give or take. So I feel like this is kind of a classic example of what we could see, and this one's stifled here by the lawsuit. So even if we were to take 1,400% from here, it's amazing how this works. And I mean, I don't know if this is going to play out this way, but it is very, very interesting just to make note of here. 1,400%, give or take, guys, would bring us, guess where? Just above $7, so about $7.50. And the other thing I find interesting about that is if we put a Fibonacci from the most recent high here all the way to the bottom down here, guys, where do we get? Wow. Very, very close to that 4.236 at $7.50. So an interesting observation here. Again, I think a lot is going to have to play into this. Obviously, we have to get that positive verdict for that rocket ship to really take off. Digital asset investor here also noticing that some who were once skeptics are now maybe joining the grand conspiracy, hashtag ETHgate here, guys. Here's a clip of Charles Hoskinson, and I think maybe he's changed his mind. Listen to this.
But bureaucrat's gonna bureaucrat, starting to believe this free pass thing a little bit, it's starting to feel that way. I got some sympathy for you XRP guys. Yeah, I'm being pushed into that corner. I really am. I don't know about that. A little cray-cray. Anyway.
Oh, so Charles, changing your tune. I mean, we know the SEC has been on a suing rampage, guys. Here is just some of the latest. I don't know how many of you guys use the Kraken exchange, but Kraken has now been ordered to hand over its user information to the IRS. A federal court yesterday ordered the crypto exchange to provide names, physical addresses, and social security numbers. So for those of you guys using Kraken, this is the latest exchange that has to turn information over to the IRS according to a ruling in the U.S. District Court of Northern California yesterday. According to the Friday court filing, the company will need to produce full documentation for any Kraken user that bought, sold, or traded at least $20,000 worth of cryptocurrency between 2016 and 2020. Full documentation includes names, taxpayer identification numbers, physical addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, and transactional ledger. So they are going back, guys, as far now as 2016. The IRS is not messing around, and, this is going to have implications on a lot of crypto traders, I think, in the US, because this was the Wild West. We thought that maybe we were free and clear. And so, you know, if you guys cashed out any amount of cryptocurrency and did not report it to the IRS and you were using the Kraken exchange, well, you might be getting a phone call or maybe a letter in the mail very, very soon. You know, this is just another way for them to control, and it is, I mean, unfortunately, going to be more serious business moving forward. So again, just figured I'd bring this to you guys. Considering the crypto landscape regarding regulation in the US, wanted to keep moving, guys. King Solomon here bringing this to our attention. An interesting observation here. AUDD, okay, exciting news. AUDD is now live on the XRP ledger. We are thrilled to announce that AUDD has officially been developed on the XRP ledger. So this is an Australian dollar stablecoin here. This remarkable achievement follows Novati's participation in the RBA and Digital Finance CRC's CBDC pilot, exploring the potential use cases for a central bank digital currency in Australia. AUDD seamlessly integrates into Novati's suite of payment solutions. So this is important because we know Novati, a Ripple partner. We know there is already lots of development being done on the XRP ledger when it comes to stable coins and, you know, even with regards to central bank digital currencies and those partnerships with central banks. Ripple has already been developing these types of relationships. But what King Solomon noticed here is this, guys. Look at who reacted to this on LinkedIn. I believe this was a LinkedIn post from AUDD originally. And on LinkedIn, he was just looking at the reactions here, the people who noticed this and reacted. Compliance officer at Novati, okay, Jovana Grosdanek, but also Abhishek Agrawal, senior associate. Guys, look at his resume. JP Morgan Chase, blockchain Ethereum Hyperledger, and the XRP ledger. So somebody connected to the old world and the new world, the legacy system, and the guys who want to trailblaze the future of finance, namely Ripple, through their initiative utilizing the XRPL. So I found that interesting. And King Solomon obviously did as well. So wanted to thank him just for posting that. It is a small community. We have been getting lots of news lately, so much so that we got to step back and think to ourselves, okay, what is real? What is not real, guys? I happen to see this too from Ian Binns. He was asking the same thing. Is this real? I happen to see this a couple of times over there on Twitter. And, you know, I was wondering, okay, we would have probably heard something big. It probably would have been all over Twitter. We likely would have heard it from multiple sources. But here's one, guys. SEC sources confirm Gary Gensler's resignation. I would take it with a grain of salt, but here's what they're saying. In a stunning revelation, an anonymous official from the SEC has reportedly disclosed that Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, has submitted his resignation following an internal investigation. This bombshell news has sent shockwaves through the financial industry, raising concerns about the integrity of the regulatory body. The anonymous SEC official, who spoke on the condition of anonymity due to the sensitive nature of the matter, stated Gary Gensler has resigned from his position as chairman of the SEC following an internal investigation into alleged misconduct. The details of the investigation are confidential, but the decision to step down underscores the seriousness of the findings. Now, I want to bring something else up here. This is the same organization here, Crypto Alert. I recognize this website. This was the same organization that recently did announce that fake Ripple news article that Ripple was buying back, what was it, something like 10% of the total XRP supply, 10 billion coins, something like that, which would mean that they would have had to have forked out $5 billion. Well, we looked into that and we found that that was fake news. This is the same news outlet, guys. I'm seeing it from the same news outlet, so I don't know what kind of agenda these guys have. I would just be very, very wary of the cryptoalert.com because yeah, I mean, Gary Gensler resigning. I took it to Google too. Did Gary Gensler resign? And, you know, even just doing a quick Google search, we can see the Crypto Alert is #1 on here from 1 day ago. And all these other, I mean, somebody made a YouTube video about it, but, you know, there's no other information here that would suggest that Gary Gensler is resigning or did resign. So just be careful, guys, where you're getting your news. Wanted to keep moving, but also wanted to thank Ian Binns for bringing this up and questioning it, because that is the right thing to do. Now, Chad Steingraber here on Twitter posted this. Did you guys notice the Federal Reserve has changed up their webpage? Now they have, get this, a bullet train on the cover, launching in late July. As we know, FedNow is launching July the 20th, marked as the magic day. But some people down here bringing up some other good points. The train has left the station. A quote most notably delivered by Rosie Rios on the board of directors at Ripple, former treasurer of the United States.
Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics, the future of investments, the future of money, and specifically cryptocurrencies. Prior to becoming Treasurer of the United States, I was Managing Director of Investments for a $22 billion firm based in San Francisco. And I was asked by President Obama to be part of the Treasury transition team at the height of the financial crisis. And yes, it is my name on the lower left-hand side of U.S. money. I am also on the board of Ripple, but I want to make something very, very clear. Blockchain is here to stay. The train has left the station. You're going to hear me quoted about that all the time.
So the train, guys, has left the station, and you heard Rosie Rios say it there. Interesting that FedNow has decided to put a train front and center there on their new webpage, launching FedNow with many Ripple-enabled companies now on board. So it does make you wonder what else is going on with Ripple and XRP. Michael Arrington posted this. Now, without any context, I was scratching my head, wondering what was going on. It looks like they're at a wedding, actually. Although I happen to see this, XRP-based hedge fund filed with the SEC raises new expectations. So get this, guys. Patrick L. Riley, yes, the same guy who is running for president, has hinted at an exciting development for XRP. He stated on Twitter that Arrington Capital, a digital asset management firm in blockchain capital markets founded in 2017, has recently filed with the SEC for an XRP-based hedge fund. Riley adds, there is an expectation for all to go well. Arrington recently filed with the SEC for an XRP-based hedge fund. Seems there is an expectation for all to go well. Arrington's website mentions Arrington XRP Capital, which is a multi-strategy hedge fund investing in early-stage venture and public markets. Hedge funds pool investors' money and invest it in hopes of making a positive return. Typical investors include institutional investors such as pension funds and insurance companies and rich individuals. So, looks like Michael Arrington is starting something new, guys. So what's it all going to come down to? Flipping the switch, perhaps? Well, can you believe that a representative from Finastra has mentioned the same? Now remember, Finastra, one of a handful of Ripple-enabled companies that are now integrated with FedNow. Listen to this.
It's very straightforward. You set up the infrastructure with a technology provider like Finastra. Many of the technology providers on the network can almost flip a switch and get the thing turned on because the connectivity is in place, the messaging is in place on the receive side. As a bank or credit union, what you're signing up for when you allow what we call receive only is for your customers to receive payments that are out there on the network destined for you. And there's enough volume on the network. What we're seeing is regardless of the bank or the location, the size, there's payments on the network that immediately start coming in, and we'll talk more about the use cases here in a minute.
It's very straightforward, guys, and there you have it. Finastra saying, I give you that flip the switch moment. It will happen. Utility, utility, utility. This is how we get fundamental value to certain cryptocurrencies. I do wonder if once we do get that positive verdict, if we will get to a $7.50 XRP at least. I think there's a potential for it to go much higher. And again, guys, just wanted to mention to you for only $5 a month, I will be posting my trades for my patrons. I'm diversifying in this bull run, looking at different coins with high pump potential, trying a bit of a different strategy this time around. Obviously, though, I am still holding my utility coins because even though we're in a spec market now, guys, anything can happen. One verdict can help flip that switch. Strategy is everything this time around, guys. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.